You're listening to episode 49 of Sustainable Photography. I'm Ingvild Kolnes, and in this episode, we're talking about confidence and what to do when you're feeling down about your work. You're listening to Sustainable Photography, where you get support and education to build your profitable business in a way that supports your way of living. I'm Ingvild Kolnes, and after 11 years as a photographer, I want to share what I've learned with you. So if you're looking for confidence, inspiration, and to-the-point tips, keep listening. For full transparency, I also want you to know that I'm a mentor with paid offers, and I might mention some of those in this episode. Most photographers talk themselves down. They compare themselves to others, think they're not good enough, and many think of quitting occasionally. While I think that that's normal, it's not really necessary. And since I happen to know that even the best photographers think like this, I can confidently say that it's not a matter of skill, it's all in your mind. Now, did you know that for every negative comment you make, you need to share 5 positive comments as well? I mean, the true test is whether you would speak to a friend the way that you speak to yourself. And I think a lot of us would actually have to say no to that. And that is, of course, such a shame. And we have to try to turn things around and realize that we are good enough the way that we are. I will say, though, that hopefully you do know that you are good enough and you're just having a bad day. But I will say that if you're genuinely wondering if you're good enough, why not reach out to a photographer that you admire and ask them to review your work? There are many photographer mentors out there who offer portfolio reviews. And also keep in mind what your clients tell you and the fact that they chose you in the first place. Ask them after you worked with them about their experience working with you and start collecting feedback and testimonials. That can be a good place to help you to realize that if you're being completely honest, you have evidence to say that you are good enough, and that should help you build your confidence. So we all have ups and downs. It's typical of a creative person to be feeling good and bad about their work every other day. Hopefully, you're creating a work ethic in your business where you work when you have decided that you should, and you don't just work when you feel inspired or motivated to do so. Often it's a case of you having to stop procrastinating. Habits and discipline is so much more important than motivation. To be able to pull off an amazing creative project, you should feel inspired, but there are tons of tasks that don't require you to be inspired. Why not create a list of things that you can do when you should be working, even though you don't feel like it? Also, allow yourself to take some time off when you need to, because forcing yourself to work when you're really low, that probably doesn't lead to much productivity anyway. So having a list for things that will get you into a better mood will also be good for you. Things like going for a walk, taking photos for fun, reading a book, watching your favorite movie, taking a bath, whatever makes you happy. Write it all down on a list. Okay, my friend, I'm bursting to tell you about a fun thing that's happening soon, but you'll have to wait a bit yet. So in the meantime, do sign up for the waitlist for the Sustainable Photography Program. There are cool surprises and bonuses for everyone on that list. And of course, you'll be the first in line to join the mentor program when it opens. I know you're going to love it so much, and I don't want you to miss out. Go to ingvildkolnes.com/sustainable. I know that this is a big ask, but please stop comparing yourself to others. Sure, you can keep an eye on what's going on around you, but focus on what's right for you. And while we're talking about what to stop doing, don't keep track of unfollows on social media and how many times your clients download their images, unless it's for like statistical purposes. And yes, I know very well how painful it can be when you don't hear back from your clients, like as soon as you deliver the images, or when you get ghosted by a potential client. But please try to find a way to just let it go. In all these instances, you have no idea what's going on in other people's lives. Maybe something in your Instagram feed is triggering them. Maybe a family member died on the same day that they got their images. Maybe they were just busy and they never really saw the email you sent them with your pricing and information. You have no idea. And honestly, this might sound a little bit harsh, but it's none of your business. Sure, learn from it and try to do things in a new and a different way that serves you better. But obsessing over why something didn't go the way that you had hoped, or if someone likes you or doesn't like you, it does no good. It's a waste of time and a waste of energy. Energy that is much better served if you apply it to other areas of your life and business. When you're working every single day, it's really hard to see the progress you made. You might feel like nothing's happening, like you're standing still. You might get frustrated and wondering what you're doing wrong. But then if you look back, you'll see that you've come a really far way, a lot further than you realize. And you might even realize that, hey, things are going pretty good for me. So this is another reason why I just love setting goals, because it becomes easier for you to stay on the right track and also see if you're reaching what you set out to do or not. I've actually got a tangible task for you to end with now. I want you to collect all the positive feedback that you have in one place so that it's something that you can look at when you're having a bad day. You can choose a glass jar or a folder on your laptop, whatever works for you, but you'll have a place to dive into when you're feeling low. The final takeaway from this episode is you're so good at what you do, so don't let your negative thoughts or that one negative comment hold you back. I'll see you next week, and in the meantime, come on over to Instagram and ask me your most burning questions. You'll find me at Ingvild Kolnes. INGVILDKOLNES. Thanks for listening to Sustainable Photography. Head over to Instagram at Ingvild Kolnes to tell me what you want future episodes to be all about. Check out the show notes over at ingvildkolnes.com/podcast. You can learn more about the Sustainable Photography program and sign up for the waitlist there. To get more of this content, make sure you subscribe to the podcast and leave a review. Your support makes all the difference. Talk soon.